Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. Today I'm going to cover Kaspa for you guys and just go over this project and why I think it's a great project for the bull run. I'll give you a price prediction for you and a market cap prediction what I think it could possibly get up to in the next bull run. So let's jump into it. Alright, Kaspa is currently sitting around 2 cents. It's been up. It actually got down to a little over 1 cent here just a little over a month ago when we had a little bit of a crash on it. At one point it was up to over 4 cents, so it's down 50% from there, but if you could have picked it up right around this 1.2 cents, that would have been a huge, great buying zone for this one. And this one personally, we're possibly going to get some more corrections on this one because I think we have another 9 to 12 months of this accumulation phase. You know, I could be wrong on that, but that's just kind of what I'm estimating. And if it gets back down to around this 1 cent range, I'm going to be definitely picking some of this up. The more research I do into this one, the more I'm bullish on it. I think it's going to be a fantastic token to have in your portfolio for the next bull run. And I don't want to have too many tokens in my portfolio, but if this one gets down to 1 cent or lower, I think I'm going to add some for sure. If we go look at the history on this one, just launched back in, I think, early 2022 when it launched. So it hasn't had a bull run yet, and those are the ones that you really want to look out for because these great projects that are doing so fantastic in these bear markets, it's already got a $400 million market cap. The ones that are doing really fantastic in these bear markets and haven't been through a bull market yet are the ones that you kind of can tell are going to just blow up in the bull market. And I'm going to give you a couple examples here in a minute of what I think it could do. But let's jump into the project itself. If you go to the website here, it says, technically speaking, Kaspa is a proof-of-work cryptocurrency which implements the Ghost Egg protocol. Unlike traditional blockchains, Ghost Egg does not orphan blocks created in parallel, but rather allows them to coexist and orders them in consensus. Whereby Kaspa is actually blocked egg, you can see Ghost Egg in action in real time on the virtualizer here. And the generalization of Nakamoto consensus allows for secure operation while maintaining very high block rates, currently 1 block per second, aiming for 32 per second with visions of 100 per second, and minuscule confirmation times dominated by internet latency. And what they're trying to do with this one, they're trying to make it to remain secure yet scalable and increase the speed over time and just get it to where it's like almost instant confirmation transactions on the network, because in the future, with how many people are going to be using crypto, it's going to get really massive, the kind of bandwidth that these things are using and the kind of block confirmations that they're going to need. And they need scalable projects because these older technologies like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're just not going to keep up with all of these users getting into the blockchain. So solutions like Kaspa that are scalable, they're not normal blockchains in the sense, and they have the potential to do really well with the technologies that they're running. I want to look at the tokenomics here and show you guys. I think this project's been launched a little over a year ago, and I think we're, according to CoinGecko here, it's at 17.9 billion circulating currently. And if we look at the chart here, that's right in this range here, kind of like in the 21-month range or so. So within a year or so, we're probably going to be maxed out on the supply here, which is almost another 50% or so tokens in circulation. So about a year and a half, somewhere around. So right around the bull run, most or all the tokens will be in circulation. So kind of keep that in mind. You may see some downward pressure on the price of the token as more come into circulation from mining. And so just keep that in mind. But I think anything around the 1 cent range or lower is a fantastic price for this one. And if we go to the vision here, I kind of went over this a little bit. I don't want to get into too technical with this because there's so much involved with this. With the way that this actually runs and operates, it can get really complicated. But I just want to read a little bit of this for you guys. And basically they're saying, for Kaspa, we took to silver, which represented a different trade-off versus gold. The original Aramaic text, Kaspa, silver, was historically treated as precious less precious than gold, but more circulative, less valuable, yet more acceptable as payment. And that's true. A lot of, back in the day, a lot of forms of payment were in silver rather than gold. But it says the consensus stack of Kaspa is designed to address what we believe to be the leading challenges for the second decade of crypto. As technology matures and its adoption and integration with other web applications gain momentum, we identify two primary vectors which require deep revisit of these base consensus: the speed of transaction, inclusion in the ledger, and the control over transaction ordering in the ledger. And like I said before, blockchain, as it gets more adopted, they're going to need more speed and still yet continue to have the security in the blockchain. So this is going to be really important. It says we postulate that the instant time to inclusion in the ledger is of primary importance to the user and developer experience and to integration with other web applications, as well as fast probabilistic finality. Kaspa optimizes for minimizing the latency imposed by the consensus engine on transaction flow and user experience. And I was reading here, they had the actual goals for the transactions per second. I might have covered that already, but they wanted to get it to like 100, I think it was 100 blocks per second is what they wanted to get it down to eventually. That's kind of their end goal. Try to get that as fast as possible for block confirmations. But that's pretty much what I got for this project. I'm covering what it's going to do, but I want to take a look at the price predictions I could see for this one, just to kind of compare it to two blockchain projects. Now HBAR, you know, they've got their own technology with the hash graph, and it's kind of like unique, similar to Kaspa as far as it's not a traditional blockchain, it's its own separate technology. And if we look at HBAR and what it did in its first bull run, it got up to about 7 billion in market cap. And if we look at Kaspa, if you could pick it up at around 1 cent, that would be a $200 million market cap. So that would be like, 5 times, about a 35x from there if it got up to HBAR's first market cap in its bull run. In about a 17x from its current market cap. So if you can pick this up around 1 cent, I would say, jump into it if you're looking to get this one. I'm not telling you to buy any tokens. I'm just saying if you are looking to get it, I think that's around a good price to be picking some up. And if we look at Chainlink, this is what's really impressive. Chainlink, it was really popular as well. And in its first run, it's not exactly the similar project as far as the same technology or anything, but it's another blockchain project. And if you look at its first bull run here, it did well over 20 billion. So that would be like a 100x if you could pick up Kaspa at a $200 million market cap. So the potential for this one, I think, is huge. And the more I look into it, the more I'm going to have to pick some of this up when it gets around 1 cent. And I would advise selling some of your bag, when it gets up to around, 10 or 20 cents, sell a good portion of it to get your initial investment out and some profit, and kind of take it out in chunks up from there. But this could potentially get up to between 50 cents and $1. I could see it doing possibly in the next bull run. If it did a real blow off top and went crazy, but I'm expecting it to get to somewhere between 25 to 50 cents on a realistic price expectation, but I definitely could see it doing better than that, and if it does a real moonshot. So keep that in mind. I'm not sure what other people's price predictions are for this one, but I would love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you think it's going to do in the next bull run, and if you think it's going to get to $1 or more. And let me know if you've accumulated any Kaspa so far, if you're planning on buying some, and what you think would be a good price to pick some up at. I know if you pick it up at this price now, I don't think you're going to do yourself any harm by doing that, because I think it's going to do a lot better than this. In fact, it's already gone double this price in the current bear market. But I try to pick up prices after they've had a correction and not after they had a pump. I always try to do that, because likely in this market, I think we're going to see some more correction coming and downside in the future. So I don't like to buy anything that's already pumped. That's just my preference. I have a lot of good tokens in my portfolio already, and I'm down on those tokens already on some of them just because we've had these corrections. But you can't time the bottom, guys. You just got to buy on the dips and dollar cost averaging on the dips. And I know there's people have different strategies for dollar cost averaging, and when I talk about my dollar cost averaging, I'm talking about buying and putting money in when there's a correction, not just necessarily buying at a certain time every week or 2 weeks or a month. I try to wait for a correction and then put some money in, and I always try to have some money set off to the side if possible for a correction, and then I put the money in when there's a correction on a particular token that I'm looking at. So I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell for future notifications. I'll probably do a little bit more of an in-depth dive on Kaspa later on. This is just my first video on it, so I wanted to just kind of cover it in general, not get too much into detail on it. But I know there's a lot of people out there asking about it, and I have been wanting to do a video on it, so here it is. And I appreciate it if you guys could hit the like button for me. It helps the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to jump in my Telegram, that's free, and have some conversations or any questions in there, that would be great as well. We're trying to build that community up. That's all I've got for this video, guys, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Thanks.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me.